Okay. Okay, so we added 5 to both sides. So what is my b going to equal? B equals what?
3.
Say it with confidence.
3.
Positive 3. Love it. Negative 2 plus 5, positive 3. So now we know everything we need to in order to write the equation out. We have our y-intercept, and we have our slope, which it just gave us in the beginning. Okay? So let's go ahead and write out the equation. Y equals our m, which is our slope, which is what?
-5.
-5. X, y and x we don't need anymore because we're just writing the equation out. What was my y-intercept? What did we find that it was?
3.
Positive 3. So plus 3. And there we go. All right. Okay, so show me a fist to 5. I can find the equation when it gives me the slope and a coordinate point. Finding x and y, plugging it in, solving for b, that's a few steps. You know how to do them all, it's just getting the steps right? Nice. Alrighty. Okay, for numbers 5 and 6, we need to sketch the graph of these lines. Tell me, are these equations in slope-intercept form? Yep. What tells you they are, Kaylee? What's all by itself on one side? The y. The y's all by itself. Y equals means it's in slope-intercept form. Awesome. So that means we can identify the two things we need to graph it. The slope and the y-intercept. Okay, somebody help me out. For this equation, what's my slope? Isaac? Beautiful. 1/3. Right in front of our x, 1/3. What's my y-intercept? Positive 3. When graphing, which one do we start with?
The y.
The y-intercept. That's a point.
Why are we even playing this game?
Well, I know. You guys know this. So always start with your y-intercept. Okay, so everybody find positive 3 on your y-axis. It's going to be right there. Okay, now we need to use our slope to count to our next point. Remember, it's always rise over run. So in this case, we're going to rise 1, up 1, run 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 points is all you need to create a straight line. Connect it, arrows on the end, and we're good. Okay, just remind me, positive slopes always go what to the right?
Down? Alright,
No,
Up to the right.
Yeah.
Positive, we'll just say a little plus positive sign. Slopes go up to the right. Okay, let's do that one more time. Number 6.
Wait, what was it?
Up to the right. Positive slopes go up to the right. Just reminding us. Okay, number 6. Help me out. What is my slope and my y-intercept? Raise your hand, Brayden.
Slope is 1/5, y-intercept is -1.
Love it. Which one do we start with when graphing, Kaylee?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. -1. Find -1 on your y-axis. Boom. Now we have a slope of 1/5, which means we're going to rise over run. So from my starting point, rise 1, run 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a positive slope, which means it's going up to the right again. Connect it with a straight-ish line. Ish. Arrows on the end, and you're good. Okay, show me a fist to 5. I can graph linear equations in slope-intercept form. Slope, y-intercept. Nice. Love it. Okay, here comes the new stuff. What we were practicing with our starter. evaluate each function. Let's look at number 7. Here is our function, or other words, our equation. What does it want us to plug into the x spot? 2. Okay, so we have our 2. It wants us to put a positive 2 in that x spot. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like. You must include this negative sign, right? So it's going to look like negative, then plug in my positive 2 where my x was, minus 4. Okay, well this negative sign in front, it just makes that 2 a negative 2, right? So now we have negative 2 minus 4. Well, what is negative 2 minus 4 going to give me? Negative 2 minus 4. Kaylee?
Negative 6.
Beautiful. We get a negative 6. Okay. Number 8. There's my function or my equation. What do I need to plug in to the end spot? Braden?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So we're going to take that negative 1, plug it in to where it tells us to. So I had 2, but instead of the n, I now have negative 1. Okay, well, somebody give me the answer to this evaluation. What is 2 times negative 1? Negative 2. Easy peasy. Okay. Let's see. Let's do 2 more together. Then I want you to do 2 on your own. Which ones do you want to do together? Which ones look
9 and 10? Yeah.
9 and 10? Okay, let's do it. Okay, there's my 9. There's my equation. What am I supposed to plug into my x spot? 3. Okay, so in my x spot I have 3 plugged in, then plus 1. What's the answer going to be? What is 3 plus 1?
4.
Easy peasy. Okay, let's do 10. Do we want to do 10? Yeah, we'll do 10. Yeah. All right, there's my equation or my function. What am I plugging into the t spot, Braden?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. So I have 4 times, used to be t, now it's negative 10, plus 1. Yeah, Bella.
Negative 5. That's the answer.
Not quite, okay? We have to follow order of operations here, which means we need to multiply before we can add. So first little piece, what is 4 times negative 10?
Negative 5?
Negative 40. And then add 1.
Oh.
What's negative 40 plus 1, Isaac?
Negative 39.
Beautiful. Okay, I want you guys to try 11 and 12 on your own. You can even work together if you want. I'll give you 1 minute, 60 seconds. I'll do it as well, and then we'll compare answers. Ready, go. Still seeing some people working. Give you like 20 more seconds. Alrighty. Let's compare answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How'd we do? Number 11.
Negative.
Okay, let me explain my thinking. See where you might have gotten stuck a little bit. -5, you plug in for the T spot, right?
Yeah.
2 times -5 is -10. -10, subtract 3 more, -13. Okay. Now let's look at 12. 3 wants me to plug in for the N spot. 2 times 3 gives me 6. 6 plus 1 gives me 7. How do we do? Fist of 5. 5, got it all. 4, most of it. Maybe got stuck in a little spot. Okay? Awesome. So remember, gives you the equation, tells you what you want to plug in, and then you just figure it out. Solve it.
Yeah.
Okay? Whoa. What are we doing here?
Perform the
What in the world?
dedicated operation.
Okay, so it's telling us find G plus H of A. Weird stuff. Okay, so it's actually giving us 2 functions here. Our first function is our G of A. Okay. Our second function is H of A. It simply wants us to add these 2 together. Okay, it's actually not as bad as it looks. Okay, watch carefully. So it wants us to take G, add it to H. So here we go. Let's take G, my first one. 4A plus 3, right? That's my G of A. Then I'm going to add it to, so plus my H of A squared minus 3 plus 2A. Still looks kind of ugly, but all we have to do here is combine like terms, simplify it down. So where's some like terms that I can combine? Isaac?
The 4A, I mean the A's and 3's.
Beautiful. Okay, so I see 4A can be combined with what other A? 2A. Good job, Bella. Okay, they have the same amount of A's. So 4A plus 2A is how many A's? 6A. Okay, any other like terms I can combine? Isaac, what'd you say? The 3's. What is 3 minus 3?
Nothing.
Nothing. Do we have to put plus 0 at the end of our equation? Nope. Those guys kind of cancel each other out. Can I combine A squared with anything?
No.
Nope. So I'm just going to put it in front because technically it wants the bigger guy first. A squared plus 6A. And guess what? We just added those 2 functions together. That's what we get. Okay, kind of weird, Just added them, combined like terms. Well, let's try number 14. This guy's a little different.
Yes, I can see.
What is it asking us to do? Okay, find what? What are we supposed to do with these 2 functions?
Find G times H and A.
Love it, Braden. So that little dot right there, that means you're multiplying these 2 functions together. Okay, so we have our G of A. And again, we have our H of A, but this time we're multiplying. That little dot means we're multiplying. Okay, so let's do that. Take your G of A, 2A, and we're going to multiply it. Looks something like that, right? Starting to look familiar. To H of A, 3A cubed minus 2. Okay, and there is a reason that I wrote it with parentheses. Because what do we have to do whenever you see those parentheses, remember it starts with a D. What do we have to do?
Divide.
Distribute. Nice. That means multiply, right? So we're going to take that 2a, our first function, and it's going to multiply to our second function. We're distributing. Okay, so let's see what we get. 2a times 3a cubed. First of all, let's just take it piece by piece. What's 2 times 3? 6. Now ask yourself, how many a's do I have being multiplied here? I have 1 and then 3. So a to the...
4.
Nice. So our first term, 6a to the 4th. Okay, let's do our second term. You guys can do this one easy peasy. What's 2a times negative 2?
Oh.
Negative 4a.
Beautiful, Kaylee. Negative 4a. Last thing I need to ask myself, can I combine these two? Why not, Isaac? That one has a 4, the other one doesn't. They're not like terms. Booyah. Simplify. We just went through those notes like lightning
Really
speed.
quick.
Lightning speed.